What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a spicy Cajun Wednesday with my boy Cory. We're here live talking about the world of entertainment, sports, CrossFit, all that stuff. I've been in the doldrums, man, watching my Pittsburgh Pirates win one game so far this season. It has been atrocious.
Didn't the season just start?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, how many games could they have played at this point where it's like a problem that they only won one?
I don't know. They're playing the Yankees this weekend in their torpedo bats, and so not looking for a great outlet for the weekend or outlook.
I need to know what a torpedo bat is because I heard that somebody say something about it on the radio on the way into work this morning, and I was like, I don't follow baseball near enough to know what a torpedo bat even might be. It sounds like something they would have on a submarine.
So I'll explain it to you, but it's going to be a lot of talk about a shaft.
Got it.
We're talking about the bat shaft.
My 14-year-old brain is locked in. Let's go.
To be clear about this, right? So the typical baseball bat for years has been weighted at the very end of the bat. So your swing speed it increases from physics of that weight at the end of the bat.
Right.
Someone engineered a bat to look more like a bowling pin. And so they've moved the heaviest part of the bat down the shaft to where, like just below the sweet spot, what most people would call the sweet spot of the bat.
Right.
And what that does is it doesn't really slow the bat speed down much, and it makes the bat have more impact. Now, if you hit it right, it doesn't make any difference at all, but you can hit it wrong and still get a home run because of the way the bat's designed. But it still measures within everything that baseball has set forth as the rules of what a bat has to be. So it's not illegal in any way. All they did was move the dense part, the heaviest part of the bat down the shaft right below the sweet spot.
My 14-year-old brain is holding on for dear life. As many times as you said it, moved it down the shaft. So
yeah. ACR says good old shaft talk. Yeah. That's why I prefaced it with we're gonna talk about some shafts.
That's what we're here for.
Just talking about shaft.
Just talking about shaft.
Ed, shut your mouth.
I love it.
So there it is. Andrew's telling it looks like a big bowling pin. Exactly. It's like the bit, not the nub, but the rest of the bowling pin.
Got it.
Looks like that, right?
Oh, I'm tracking. Okay.
ACR wants to know what's for lunch. What are y'all having for lunch? We've got blackened scallops and sweet potatoes. Aaron, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
That is a fancy lunch, man.
For real. I had chicken and rice.
Kenneth's got some leftover soup and some kind of with chicken. My wife is detoxing me. Hate when that happens. And ACR's giving me shit about my Pirates and because the Reds are even doing better than that. That's because I got the torpedo bat.
So does not everybody have them? I gotta understand.
Torpedo bat.
Why are they picking on the Yankees about it? Like, are they the only ones who have it?
They have the most players with it, but there are other players in the league that have it. But now there's a demand, and it's just like this independent bat company guy that makes them himself. So now it's trying to get the demand, meet the demand.
Got it. I thought the way they made it sound was like the Yankees are the only people that have them, and it's a problem, and they're just hitting home runs left and right, and like the season's been going on for a week.
Good old chicken and rice. So what I have waiting for me after this show is my wife made beef tips the other night. So beef tips over rice, that's what is on the menu for me right after this show. And they are so good. So good.
I saw a meme this morning that said, same thing for breakfast every day, normal. Same thing for lunch every day, normal. Same thing for dinner every day, complete psychopath. And apparently, I did not know that I was a complete psychopath because 5 to 6 days a week, I have the exact same thing for breakfast, the exact same thing for lunch, and the exact same thing for dinner.
Tip, Shaft, Sweet Spots, hell of a show.
We ain't 5 minutes in yet. The lap.
If you had those 3 things on your bingo card, you were well on your way.
Buy a lottery ticket.
Andrew Sten, well, the Yankees, they did hit 9 home runs in one game, but they don't all use torpedo bats. Ellie De La Cruz was the first to hit a home run with one. Yeah, get your Reds guy in there. Andrew said, perfect lead in for Cat's show tonight.
You're welcome, Cat.
There we go. And so if you didn't see, Cat's new show is debuting tonight at 8:00 Eastern time. Catching Feelings. And that
the best name for a show on the internet at this point.
So that'll be at 8:00. And then today at 4 p.m. Eastern time, busy day on the Clydesdale Media YouTube, we have Ariel Lowen back for the first time in a while. And so that should be a fun show too. Yeah,
Stan is correct. So Kat was in the chat earlier on Sevy's show, and he was asking about it because he had saw something about it. And so like he's directing all of those yabos, myself included, to go and check out Kat's show tonight. So chances are better not the chat is going to be like, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
That ought to be interesting. That dude loves him as much as Seven. Oh boy, yesterday kept calling him Seven. As much as Seven likes his own shows and whatnot. Anybody's got a dating show that he happens to know, he is all in. Like he is all in. He wants to know everybody's drama, everybody's business. Like he watches What's Your Faces,
Lawrence.
Khalil's, Lawrence. And you just found out Kat's got one, boom, he's in.
Should be interesting. The thing about Kat is she is completely transparent.
Yeah.
She will tell you everything that's happening.
Whether you wanted to know it or not.
Go back to the vacuum cleaner story, and it shows you how transparent she can be.
Yeah. Gonna need the moderators in full force. I mean,
yeah.
8:00, man. 8:00 is my bedtime. I will try to make it in, Kat. I will try to make it in.
Okay. So what do we got on tap today? It is, before we get into like your age group thing, I did want to say that one thing I learned last night, and I put it on the thumbnail as breaking news from the WFP, is we do have evidence that the World Fitness Tour, our World Fitness Project Tour, is doing video review of the Challenger workouts.
Oh.
And so the breaking news is that Jamie got dinged in one of her videos. It has not been reflected on the leaderboard yet.
How bad?
Real bad. Her video was removed. So I'm gonna start with this, and that is that they required that you weigh all of your weights, and she did not weigh her dumbbell on camera, so it disqualified video 2. Now, I can share my screen. It was they've done a different format of how they've kind of spelled everything out. Mm-hmm. And I'll pull it up just so you can kind of see. And I'm not making excuses. It's in there. It does say that you have to do that.
Right.
But either Rogue or the Games, the two kind of premier shows out on the circuit, you get the workout description. And it tells you all the things you must do. Correct. Rogue might be 8 pages, but it's all in like that one document.
Right.
So what World Fitness Project has done, blew up the wrong screen. So they have a workout description and a scorecard, And then they have video submission standards separate. So when you click on this, it's all the workout stuff, right? Floor setup, flow of the workout, scoring, tie break. There's the floor plan, all the typical stuff you would see like in any other qualifier or whatever.
Right.
Correct. Let me close this one up. But then in addition to it, here are all the video standards. And it does say like equipment, digital weight scale. And then down here, your video must. And I actually like this layout. It makes it very easy to read. I'll give them complete kudos on that. Where I have a problem with it is when you're bringing on your new league, a new competition, and you have new standards in the way that you're laying things out, should have been more emphasis on pointing that out to the challengers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you're doing stuff and it's gonna be slightly different than what everybody's already used to, then you might want to bring that to everybody's attention. Hey, I know normally for the open or for online semifinals, we don't weigh all of our weights beforehand, but you are going to need to do that this time. Like, put it out there because that's kind of a big deal.
So like here, it's like be recorded in accordance with the suggested floor plan. Equipment must be shown. Equipment must be weighed on a digital scale. So it does say it, like it is in there.
Yeah.
It's in a different format. And so while I love the new format, I think it actually is clearer when you're setting up your video. You have one place to go to see all of that stuff, as opposed to like a 9-page document from Rogue trying to find everything in that document.
Right.
I just think they should have made people aware, either like a video short on YouTube or on Instagram or YouTube, or send something out to the people who signed up to be a challenger or whatever. But
something that was more than just a line in the rule book. I mean, not. And again, I'm with you on it's in the rules. It's a thing, but this is your first year
for her. But just wish they would have done that, because we've already heard that Emma McQuaid is out for Tour Stop 1. She is one of the signed athletes. So now 11 challengers get to go into the pro division to compete for those points. And if you have these things in your descriptions that aren't very clear and people haven't seen before, and you lose a good chunk of your challengers, now you have less to put into the competition. And we as a fan get cheated, and you lose the momentum you're trying to get with that.
Yeah, it's a butterfly effect, or dominoes, whatever you want to call it, right? Now this person's being affected, and then now these less people, and not to take anything away from the people that's going to move up because these other people got knocked down because they are fit, but God love them. You don't necessarily know who these people are, right? It's a bigger deal if it's an Emma McQuaid than if it is, somebody that's, basically a almost regional level competitor type deal that nobody necessarily knows. I'm with you.
You've proven in these workouts that you're fitter, and the only reason you're being dinged is because you didn't show weighing a dumbbell. Like, it's not your fitness that lost you that spot. It was just an oversight on.
It's an oversight. Yeah.
That's happened to a million people at Rogue. Like, this isn't going to be the first and last time this happens.
When I qualified for MFC 2 years ago, I was basically going to be a backfill into the RX division, and I got an email because I did not measure my wall ball target on video. And they sent me the email at like 3:00 in the afternoon, something like that. I was at work when I got it, saying, "Hey, blah 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 blah. We'd like to invite you, but you didn't measure your wall ball target. Can you go do that? Like, take a video and send that to us right now?" And I emailed him back and I was like, I'm at work right now, but I can do it when I get off in a little bit. If that's like, I don't know how time sensitive this is. And they were like, no, that's fine. What time you got? I said 5 o'clock. So I got to the gym and me and my buddy Jeff went in between classes and measured the wall ball target on video, sent it to them. And within 5 minutes, they were like, cool, here's your invite.
So Dan, I'm not disputing this at all. Rogue didn't make an announcement when they required weighing. I hate to see B seem so blunt, but it's up to the athlete to look through. Again, it was in the rules. The rules were broken. They made their decision. I get it. What I'm saying is, as a new entity into the space, you want to put together the best competition you can. And so it just would have been, I think, in your best interest as the WFP to let the challengers know, hey, we're changing the format. Everything you need for the video submission is in this section. Everything for the workout here. It's a little bit different than you're used to. Make sure you read everything.
Yeah.
And they don't have to. Like, again, it's their world. I just think that you want the best people you can get there to compete to attract more fans. Right. You're in the infancy stages of this thing, and you want the best people you can get there.
Yeah. That's especially right now. It's their first year. It's their first time. Like, their first event hadn't even happened yet.
Yeah, David Johnson, it's a double-edged sword. We want more measures to prevent cheating, but unfortunately, it makes videoing a qualifier a logistic nightmare. Completely agree.
Hey, I'm fixing to do it.
We don't want someone in there doing hollow dumbbells, right? Like, I get it. And again, I'm not making excuses for Jamie. I'm just privy to that information because she's my friend and she sent me the email.
And to be fair, Jamie probably feels the same way. Like, I didn't do it. Like,
and at the end of the day, Jamie did this for funsies and just happened to qualify.
Correct.
Right. She thought it was a good way to get a good workout in for the weekend. So she's kind of torn, like, should I be upset about it? Cause I did qualify. Now I'm not going to be able to go, or I really just did it for funsies anyway.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, again, nobody's in the wrong. I just think that it could have been done in a way to help you promote the sport better. And hell, if I'm the marketing person and I'm advertising that we're going to be super strict on our video standards, including X, Y, and Z, that's a point I would put out to the public to let them know we're not going to tolerate cheating.
I want to let everybody know, like, flat out, as much as humanly possible, screaming from the rooftops, look, bro, we are putting all of this stuff in place to make sure that we are covering every base we can. I want you to weigh your dumbbell. I don't care if it says 50 on the outside of it and it says Rogue on the next panel. Weigh it, put it on the scale, show me video, blah, 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 the whole thing. In the interest of transparency, I think that'd have been, a fantastic idea. Hey, read the rules. Make sure you read the rules. I'm going to say it again. Read the rules because they're there.
Yeah.
And they're not necessarily what you're used to. They're close. They're not necessarily what you're used to.
Yeah. And my final props are that they have been doing things by, like, the Emma McQuaid not withdrawing was done by press release, emails to all the media members. What a nice change of pace to be able to get news from the source on a press release instead of having to dig through Instagram. Did Dave post it? Did CrossFit Games post it? Did Don Fall post it? Did, like,
Brian Span post it? Yeah.
Right. Or did the athlete themselves post it?
And if they did win,
one email from the source and okay, she's out.
Yeah. That's a lot cleaner.
Yeah. So I love that change. So speaking of online qualifiers, tomorrow starts the so Jody's asking what happened to Emma. Emma had wrist surgery back in December. She thought it would be better by now, but she is still only lifting empty barbells at this point, and she is doing no kipping because her wrist still can't handle it. And she's hoping to be available by Tour Stop 2 in August.
Oof.
Those wrist surgeries are nasty. So semis this weekend, Thursday through Sunday. You got your workouts. What is you saw them, and not from like a programming standpoint, but from a Cory standpoint.
Oh, from a Cory standpoint, I'm pumped. The only one I am not, I don't say not looking forward to, but the only one that's probably going to be fairly miserable is the row shoulder to overhead. And simply because 75 calories for my 5'6" self is it's just long, dude. Like it's sitting on a rower for probably close to 4 minutes before I get up, grab the barbell, do my thing with the barbell, and then get back on the rower for another 3.5, 4 minutes, whatever the case may be. Like 75 calories, it just takes me a long time. I am not mechanically built to row, so I gotta be as efficient as I can to be able to pull, and get myself somewhere in decent time to where I can get up, not be completely wasted, grab the barbell, because the barbell I'm fine with. Like the 3 weights is not a big deal. The reps are fine. Now I will say this. I was talking to a couple people about this. That 225 bar is probably going to feel like a 275 bar by the time I get to it, just from all the rowing in the previous barbells. But the other 4, which we got 5 last year, we had 4. I wasn't expecting that. That's kind of cool. But that's the only one I'm not overly thrilled about. Like we're gonna, just kind of hold on and do as much as I can as far as that one's concerned. I tested, and by tested I mean I very lightly tested 2 of them yesterday. The clean bar muscle up in the morning. I just did the first 5 rounds just to kind of get an idea of how that was going to be paced. And then heavy Isabel, my weightlifting coach right there, Dan Church, he was pumped up for me yesterday because I was not aware of the fact that I could actually cycle 185-pound power snatches until yesterday. Because I've never had to, right? I've been working. I can't tell you how many times me and Dan's going back and forth. He's trying to correct my form via videos and whatnot. And that dude is a saint for putting up with my stubborn ass. But yeah, I did half of it yesterday. Actually, one more than half. 2 misses. One of them that I threw over my head because I had Dan in my head telling me to push off with my legs instead of pull with my arms, basically. And then the other one, I just rushed it a little bit. So 2 misses. End up doing 16 instead of 15 because I can't count, apparently, which is fine. But I'm gonna finish it. Like there's no doubt in my mind I'm gonna finish it, which is a kind of a big deal because if you'd have asked me last year if I could have done heavy Isabel at 185, I'd have told you there's no possible way.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about that.
The rest of it, interesting that there's no like maxes, right? Like the heavy Isabel is your weightlifting event.
That is basically the strength component, which is fine, dude. Like, and everybody talks about everybody, and I kind of agree. If it was a 1 rep, some people are gonna like the leaderboard's gonna end up getting skewed, even with 5, right? You're gonna get people who are super strong and can't move that are gonna just like smash that part of it, whatever. So I think this is a better test as far as that is concerned, because it's strength and capacity all at the same time. I'm excited, dude. I can't wait. I want to see. Well, I'll probably be tuned into the show Sunday night whenever y'all are waiting for the leaderboard to go live just to see where I'm at. Yeah, Dan is 100% correct. You got to be strong to be fast.
1 reps are party tricks. And now we're waiting for Larry Young to respond.
Love me some Larry Young. I would agree. And I was pumped yesterday because I know, so let's look at cleans, right? I can move weight close to my 1 rep max. I can move 80%, 75, 80% cleans well, as far as like cycling is concerned. I just haven't had to do it a whole lot with heavy weights like that for snatching. So yesterday I was super pumped to do, the little bit of testing that I did and end up where I was well within time that I was going to be able to be finished. So I'm kind of excited about that one.
David Johnson said the Open really tested engine and not strength. So quite a bit of athletes moved on who won't be able to move these weights very well.
I was talking to a fellow 45, 49 about that Monday. Some of these cardio bunnies that slipped in high up on the leaderboard, like that 185 snatch is going to smash. It's going to murder them. I mean, it really, really will. So we'll see. I know I can move it. That's all I'm concerned about.
Dave on his weekend review said Max was the only thing that CrossFitters can't compete with the regular world, and it would skew the leaderboard. There you go, Scott.
Yeah. I mean, if I got in, so 45, 49, I think the cutoff was 264 people, right? If I qualified for semis in 250th spot, but I got a 275-pound snatch in that age group, I'm winning that event. Hands down. Hands down. Like nobody else would even come close. So like that's 1 point for Cory. And then if I am half as good at the rest of it, like I can end up at a really high level. And just because I am super strong and can do like Dan said, I can do that one party trick. I can lift something one time really, really heavy.
David Johnson said, I'll be curious to see if signups are low this year because of my previous statement.
That's another thing we were talking about too, is how many people, from the logistics standpoint, right, needing the 2 judges, having to be at an affiliate in good standing, had to put everything on video, which we had to do that before. But from that point, and then looking at this stuff and going, like Lana just said, like she can't do the snatch weight. How many people are looking at that? And I know a couple of them that are looking at it and are thinking, I might be able to get 1, maybe 2. Or how well they're going to move that 185-pound clean for the clean bar muscle up, or the shoulder to overhead once it gets heavy at the 225 point. I don't know. I'm excited.
What you said reminded me of a meme I saw today. And she is an age group athlete, Tia Vesser. She won the games in 22 in the 50 to 54-year-old division, I believe. She's from she's always at MFC, and she's one of my favorite athletes out there. So getting ready for the age group semis. I don't know if you guys can see this. My footage of all the ducks I need to get in a row.
Yeah.
And there it is.
That is accurate.
And it says below, I'll pause it. Find judges, make sure they're qualified, work schedules, coordinate athletes, coordinate work times, don't interfere with classes, how to order the events, checklist of everything HQ needed in your intro. Hope YouTube accepts your videos. And then actually do the workout.
Yeah. All of that stuff before you go do the workout. That's a lot, dude.
That's a lot of ducks.
I still don't. I know. Like Bernard asked me yesterday, when are we doing these? I have a daddy-daughter dance to attend Friday night, so Friday night's out of the question. I might be able to slide out of here early Friday and go do one Friday afternoon, but I don't really I don't know if I'm gonna have both my judges available at that time because they both work. I have a job, as it turns out. Like I was watching oh good Lord, CJ and them on the Wad Prep podcast yesterday or day before yesterday, and they were talking about like the order and blah 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 whatever, and this is how I would do it. And I was like, that all sounds great, I have a job and kids and like other responsibilities to take care of. Yes, I am doing these, and then they, do, one at this time on Thursday and then another one and the next one 2 hours later on Thursday and then do two of them. And that way you can leave yourself, time to redo them if you need to on Sunday. And I'm like, I don't have time for all that. No, I'm not going to cycle. It's singles, steady singles.
Yeah. So answering Aaron, Cory, you're going to cycle 185, not just 2 singles. You're saying fast singles.
Fast singles. Fast-ish singles. Probably one every 15 seconds or so, if I can help it.
What's funny is I don't think it would skew it as much as they think. I think the last bar should knock out the same percentage as muscle ups do.
That's not. I'm not telling Larry he's wrong, but he's wrong. The bar. If it was ring muscle ups, absolutely, 100%. But the bar muscle ups, dude, I've competed against a bunch of these dudes. Everybody can do them. Everybody can do them tired. The weight at this point, especially going overhead like that with a snatch, is going to be a huge separator. That's going to be a big deal.
Take some PTO.
I actually have a shit ton of it, but I also have like vacations and competitions and whatnot, like all kind of stuff. My entire year is planned out.
Well, and your true goal is to make the games when you hit 50, right?
Yeah, 100%. My main goal this year is to do better than I did last year, as far as my final placement is concerned. That's it. Like that's nothing beyond that. Anything beyond me finishing 157th is lanyard. Period. Full stop. Now, when I go to Kansas for Monster Games, I'm going there to try to get on the podium. Period. Like that's all there is to it. That's why we started swimming.
David Johnson said it should have been ring muscle ups, and I have heard that from multiple athletes. It should have been ring muscle ups.
I will say I would have liked to have seen ring muscle ups because, like a lot of people have said, and I have agreed with, there is a good, strong possibility. The way this is laid out, the way these tests are, you could end up with somebody at the games who either does not have ring muscle ups or only has 1 or 3. You know what I mean? Or that can't do multiple sets of them, or maybe barely might not be able to do hardly any at all. It's just a weird thing to not have them in there. Look at that dude.
Yeah, it just popped up. I guess Instagram heard me talking about him. So they popped this up. Dan Church doing Metco and Rush. That is the one competition I really, really want to go to.
I've heard nothing but good things. And you don't have to qualify. You just got to sign up.
But that is one sexy man right there.
That is a good-looking human being, ain't it?
It is.
And intelligent as well, and super helpful. I'm telling you right now, that dude he's been a godsend.
Larry, I'm not arguing the workouts. I'm saying in general, the weights like in the open should be picked so they weigh the same as the hard gymnastics. If that's 135 or 315. And Dan thanks us. Yeah. So yeah. So you're starting that tomorrow. You're going to get it through. And then as I said yesterday, we are going to try to time our Sunday night show that we are still live when the leaderboard is final and we can see it. And then we'll know live on the air, did Cory make it? Did Carolyn make it? Did Jamie make it? And you'll get to see the live reactions from at least 2 of those people.
I'm excited, dude. I'm excited to do them. I don't want to say all of them are in my wheelhouse because that road one is definitely not. And I don't try to have an actual wheelhouse, but like in the arbitrary burpee over the dumbbell, whatever, because it wasn't a nightmare judging in the open enough. We'll go ahead and just keep on keeping on with that. the handstand walk doesn't mean anything. It's 15 feet down and 15 feet back. Like you can't walk 15 feet unbroken on your hands. You should not be in semifinals anyway. That one's going to be a case of keep moving, like figure out a way to keep moving, whatever you got to do. I feel like that one's almost more of a burpee test than it is anything else. Burpee and toe to bar, because that last set of 30 toe to bar is going to be for real. Like for real. With
So
everything
that's going to be a judging test, because did you go over the dumbbell? Did you go behind the dumbbell? Did you go around the dumbbell?
Luckily, we already had lots of practice.
Why that? You and I talked about this, I think yesterday, right? Like why did they pick the dumbbell as that apparatus for that when it's not even used anywhere else in the workout? You could have used any other object to jump over.
You put it, if you want to make it something to jump over. Okay, make it a barbell. Did you clear the barbell? Good. You didn't? Okay, try again. Like, it's easy, as opposed to, oh, I think he's getting over that dumbbell. Oh, I'm not real sure. What the angle's kind of weird. Thanks, Larry. It just doesn't. It's like they copied and pasted. Well, we already had this. Printed out. Let's go ahead and copy it, paste it right over here, and just make it these burpees over the dumbbell for some unknown reason. I don't get it. I really, really don't. And then the sprint, because that's what it's going to be. The lunge, snatch, box jump over. I would have preferred it been burpee box jump overs. I think that might have gave us a little bit more of a separation. But Emma, that's my girl. Emma is the official Imam Co. photographer, videographer, all the things, all them badass reels you've been seeing on Imam Co.'s page. Emma has been making all of them. She's a badass. She's awesome.
Wonder if we can lay 2 dumbbells end to end to make sure we get both feet high enough. That makes more sense to me than just doing it over a dumbbell, since you're 100%. Not using it anyway.
Yeah.
You're not using it for anything else during that workout. I mean, it sounds dumb, but it actually makes more sense than just.
No, he's right. He's right. It's an arbitrary dumbbell. It's, they got to jump. They got to do a burpee over something. Well, should we put a tape line down and make them burpee over that? No. You could actually see a tape line pretty good. Let's use the dumbbell again. Why not use a clip?
Emma said she loves you, buddy.
She's awesome, dude. She really, really is. She's also Uplift's main videographer, photographer, and whatnot, like most of those people. She's great, dude.
Yeah. Love that organization. So last thing before we head out of here, as our lunch hour is coming to an end, is Mayhem's this week as well. I tried to watch the Mayhem podcast this morning before we went live. I got 45 minutes in with a half an hour to go. They went long for a Rich podcast.
Yeah.
And Rich said he loves these age group workouts because Lefty doesn't have to get involved.
Yeah. He's what, 37 now? 38?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's already done Isabella 225. Like, doing it at 215 for him, that's less than a light day.
They talked a lot about what's going to go on with Mayhem, or with the Mayhem Classic this weekend. They released their second workout, which is the dumbbell thruster rope climb, legless rope climb, which is a cool workout. So that'll be event 3. And it's weird. The rope climbs are 5, 4, 3, 2 for men and 4, 3, 2, 1 for women. And then the dumbbell thrusters are like 27, 21, 15, 9, I think.
Ooh.
So that should be a fun one to watch.
What's the weight on the dumbbell?
55, 40. And he said just a little bit heavier than you're
Yeah.
used to.
Just enough to where you pick them up, you go, oh, okay.
Yeah, that
Get
was
your
his
attention.
explanation on the show was we just wanted to make him just a little bit heavier than you're used to.
I think that's a good idea because over time, like over the length of the workout, that's going to start to have some real suck to it. Because every time you pick it back up, like your body's so used to either the 50 or the 70 or whatever it is you use, and like, oh, this is a little heavier. It's like having people run a 500 instead of a 400. Nobody in CrossFit runs 500 meters. Like nobody even would know how.
Yeah.
That's kind of wild. All
Yeah,
right,
I
good
agree.
on you.
I think that it's going to be interesting and fun. So we now know 3 events, which is the feed sack squats with the run, the 800-ish meter run, and then I think it's the burpee box skid overs, and then we have heavy Isabel, and we have the thrusters. So those are the 3 workouts that are out. They're also going to do a Kill Taylor live from the Mayhem Classic.
That's going to be.
And there was a thought that this one might be another partner workout version where Rich might get involved.
Taylor would lose his mind. His head would explode. That's gonna be fun, dude. Like I'm gonna be watching in between, get my events done Saturday as much as I can. But I feel like it's gonna be a good time this weekend. The Mayhem Masters athletes that qualified are actually all going to do the workouts at Mayhem.
Okay.
It's bananas crazy, but it's awesome. Like that they get that opportunity to go do that.
I don't know. Are they going to do them in the warm up area of?
I have no idea. I meant to ask Brandon exactly how that's going to work, but they get that, and they get they're going to be there also watching. Like they get tickets to the Mayhem Classic. So
I know that they've brought them in every year. Like last year when I talked to them all behind the scenes, that was a big thing. But ACR says Grant had a funny short on about not running over 400, and it is good. It's a great short. Keeping it real.
Yeah.
And it's a CrossFitter and a High Rocks are running together, and at the 400 meter mark, the CrossFitter's like, "Well, this is the 400 meter mark. This is all the further we go."
Yes.
No, we can keep running, and then he goes to run like that next meter and then falls to the floor.
Yeah. If it's not 400, 600, 800, 1,000, or a mile, because that's beyond that is I'm running a mile. Like I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
Chelsea Miller, something would explode.
Chelsea is correct. Probably my knees.
But I think it's going to be fun. I can't wait to see the broadcast. They've been killing it with the media promoting it with Rich and Angelo in the suit coats and the shorts.
Doing with him on the Echo bike the other day, I was laughing uncontrollably.
Yeah, it's all good stuff, man. Mayhem always puts on a good show.
I don't know if Scott's in charge, like Vandersloot is in charge of their entire media team, but if that's or who's actually running it, but they are doing like they're knocking out the park every time.
So the broadcasting with Angelo and Rich in the suit coats was Rich's idea that Vandersloot brought to life.
Nice.
They talk about it in the show today or yesterday.
I usually watch that one in the afternoon, if not when nothing else is on. Like I try to catch the live shows if they're going on, but
I've had a busy week, so I've not been up to date on everything this week. So, and apparently there's a new announcement. Dallin Pepper is a new rogue athlete. And if you didn't see that one coming,
right?
Because I believe he was here for the Arnold, and that's usually when it all begins. Because
they probably, if I had to guess, they brought him down or up, whatever how you want to look at it. Brought him over there. Hey, come on to the Arnold. Let's talk. Yeah. Dear Bill and Katie, We would like Dallin Pepper to be a road athlete. Good for him, dude. He's a good dude, man. Like,
yeah,
promotes the actual affiliates and the Jesus Christ, my brain's not working. Promotes CrossFit in general, not just the competition side of it, the methodology.
Well, and what they're doing with Boys Interrupted or whatever, like he's gonna be big, right?
Yeah.
In this space.
And dude, he's still what, 22?
He's not old, that's for sure. Yeah, so here it is. Welcome, Dallin Pepper, to Rogue Athlete Team. Thank you, T-Bird, for the heads up. Cool. Yeah, he definitely deserves it for sure. Dan says, enjoy your day, fellas. Crush it. Cory, keep me posted.
I will.
And then T-Bird asked Jason next. I don't know. They don't have a big stable at any one time.
No.
So
no. And they don't sign just anybody. Not to say that Jason's not, a big deal in our space, but like they don't just. Not everybody gets a Rogue shirt.
Right.
By any stretch of the imagination. I would say, to T-Bird's point about him being next, is that he does have a big personality, and that seems to be a thing with Rogue. Like, they don't want, people that you've not that you never heard of, but like that are kind of fly under the radar. That's not a thing at Rogue. Like, they want somebody who's actually visible, going to, I wouldn't say make noise, but yeah, I would 100% agree with that.
Jason would fit Rogue more than James, I think. I don't know.
Just on personality, just on and not just dude. I love James. I've been saying it for a year and a half now. You either love James Sprague or you're wrong, because like he's big giant puppy dog / teddy bear or whatnot. But Jason is more brash, is more of a shit talker, more of a, you know what I mean? Like, to me, he would fit in more as far as being a Rogue athlete than James would at this point.
Yeah, I think they have a variety of characters that they bring on. It's not any one. Like Lauren Fisher was one of their early athletes. She was never a shit talker, or she was very quiet and shy. And then you have Sam Briggs and Annie Thorstadter, who were more vocal. I'm just thinking early days. But yeah,
Sam Briggs was it's one of my favorites, dude. I love Sam Briggs.
Yeah. Dude,
if for no other
that memory of her yelling at me in the middle of the Open.
That is fantastic. And then her passing Brent Fikowski for no good reason on that run they did at the ranch, just coming around him. Just because I'm faster than you, and like there's no reason she's way out in front. Nobody else is even close, but except that dude. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and pass him up because it's a race, and she was racing everybody.
Yeah. Well, my lunch hour's over.
Yes.
Don't forget, we have Ariel Lowen today, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Check that one out. Then Catching Feelings at 8 p.m. tonight with Kat Shearer. She's going to be live on the YouTube channel here, talking about her dating life, being a mom, being a dog lover, all this. You never know what's going to come out when Kat starts talking.
A vacuum cleaner owner.
Yeah.
I'm never going to forget that. Like, if I live to be 150, I will never, ever forget that.
Yep. So check that out. Premiere episode tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time. With that, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. We will see everybody next time on Lunch with Clydesdale. Keeping it Cajun. Bye, guys.